Previously on Lossano and Friends.
My name is Ron Majors, ABC 7 in Chicago.
You can swear on the show. Go ahead, Ron, throw some F-bombs.
Oh, shoot.
Are you joking? Can we really?
Yeah, there's no censorship here.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
go crazy.
And you know what? As much fun as it would be for me to swear,
Yeah. Oh, right.
that blows up on social media in 5 minutes.
I'm okay with that. I'll get the exposure. Go for it. Anyway, Ron, dangerous moments as a reporter in the field for you.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Yeah. The one that sticks out in my mind the most is I was a young reporter in Portland, Oregon. I got a call one Saturday afternoon that a photographer would be swinging by to pick me up, that there had been a riot at the Oregon State Prison down the road about an hour. And we went down there, and sure enough, there had been a riot, and prisoners had taken over 2 of the cell blocks, and they were holding 7 or 8 guards as hostages. And as we got there, this man ran up to me and said, TV? I said, yeah. He said, bring the camera, come with me. The prisoners want their demands documented. And we met the man who was head of the Oregon State prison system at the time. He quickly introduced himself. He said, come with me. And we walked through the prison yard, and on one side was a cell block that was held by the prisoners, and on the other side was a cell block that was still held by the corrections folks.
Yeah.
And the prisoners who were now free inside the cell block but couldn't get out, but had guards in there they were holding as hostages, were screaming things at us that they were going to do to us in our various body parts when they got their hands on us. And we go to a cell block that's still held by the Department of Corrections, still secured by guards. And we're inside, and some prisoners are there in kind of a committee, and they say, we want you to document our demands, and they start listing their demands, and I'm just standing there while the photographer's shooting their list of demands, and there's a light drizzle falling outside. A few minutes into the list of demands, another prisoner walked up, and he had a prison blanket over his head with a hole cut out of it like a poncho, and he was wet, so he'd been outside. We didn't think they could go outside and come back. And the head of the correction system, I'll never forget, looked at him and said, where'd you come from? And this young man said, I came from outside. You don't hold this cell block anymore.
Oh.
So, now my heart's in my mouth.
Yeah.
And the young man says, you're going to listen to our demands, and you're going to meet our demands immediately, or we're going to take the head off a guard, and we're going to take one every 30 minutes till our demands are met. And the head of the prison system stuck his face right in the prisoner's face, and he said, you do, and I'm holding you responsible. And I'll never forget this response. I'm doing life in 10 in a state with no capital punishment. You're going to rip up my effing driver's license?
Oh, man.
Right. Time stopped for me at that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, really did stop, because I think,
Right.
I don't think we're getting out of here.
No.
Could you not run?
I'm thinking about what my options are, and they're limited at best.
Yeah.
So then this guy said, and he turned to me and he said, now you record all of our demands, and then you take it out there and put it on the air.
Yeah.
And I said, we will.
Yeah.
And
As long as I can get out of here and put them on,
yeah, we recorded all their
Out
demands,
there.
and we went out and we did put them on the air. The standoff went on for another 8 or 10 hours. They never killed a guard. They did end up giving up.
Did you have to be conflicted on actually putting it on the air? I mean, once you're
No,
out.
as a matter of fact, you talk about being able to swear here.
Yeah.
I'm responsible. I'm the first person who ever broadcast the F word in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Nice.
We took the we took the film,
Yeah.
we shipped it back to the station.
Yeah.
They run it through the processor,
Right.
and they're putting it on the air raw, and they're explaining we're putting it on the air raw.
Right.
And we get the kid saying,
Yeah.
I'm doing life in 10 in a state with no capital punishment. You're going to rip up my effing driver's license.
Right.
And that goes on the air.
Yeah.
And interestingly, a columnist, newspaper columnist, called the station right away to say, gee, did you mean to do that? And the news director had not seen the broadcast or didn't know the circumstances, but he answered the columnist by saying, look, Ron Majors is our reporter there, and he's a good reporter, and I trust whatever decision he would have made. Yeah. So the headline in the Portland Oregonian the next day was, KGW broadcasts F blank 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 and meant it.
Wow.
That's the headline. That's the takeaway for that.
But I agree with Chris on that was what they took away from all of that.
The whole story is there's an amazing story going on, and the concern is we broadcast the F word.
Get more Lossano and Friends now on Lossano.com.